And welcome back, everybody, to the Patrick Carr Show. I've got a great episode for you here today. I have given a lot of thought to this topic because, being in the world of media, it's an interesting one for us. We're going to talk today about how you should be the person that you pretend to be. I want you to think about this real quick. How many people are out there pretending to be somebody online? They're pretending to be somebody on Instagram or YouTube or maybe in their company commercials. What if just for a couple of days or just 24 hours, you actually were the person that you pretend to be online? What if you were the person that you want to pretend to be? If you don't have a big social following or that isn't a big thing to you, imagine the kind of individual that you could end up being just 24 hours from now. So I want to pose this question to you. I want you to think about if people were going to make a documentary about your life and you had a camera crew that was going to follow you around right now, and that camera crew is following you around for the purpose of, I don't know, you were going to be the greatest business success of all time, or you were going to be the best father of all time, and they wanted to follow you around for that. Or perhaps you were going to be somebody who owned the greatest, let's see here, that's some weird thing that you can own, manufacturing or company. Whatever your thing is, you own a roofing company, you're going to be the greatest roofing owner of all time, and that camera crew was starting to follow you today so they could follow your journey for the next 20 years for that huge Netflix documentary that's going to come out about you. What would you do? How would you act? Would you just go through your day nonchalant and with that camera crew there and say, I'll get to it tomorrow, if you knew that they were following you to show that you were going to be the greatest business success of all time? Or would you begin to do things differently? Would you stay up late and let that camera crew see, look at the hours that I put in? Or would you show, look at all the phone calls that I make and the relationships that I build and how I study and hone my craft? What kind of individual would you be if the camera crew was following you around right now? And I think that is the kind of person we should strive to be every day. I mean, if that camera crew, when you were trying to be a great husband, or they were following you at home, would you get in the car, lie to your wife, and then go see some other woman and you let the camera crew see that? Would you want someone to see that about you? But yet, do we do that? Do other people do it? Do husbands and wives do it all the time? They do. And we fall victim to it because we're not the person we pretend to be online. But what if you were? What if you were the great husband? What if you were the great leader? Would you bark orders at other people, or would you lead by example? I've got, here is a friend. Would you actually call your friend, or would you let it go months and months if they were said, hey, listen, we're following you to be the best friend that you could possibly be? What kind of business partner would you be? Would you show the cameras that you were lying to your business partner or just give them 50% while they were at work until 8, 9, giving up on time with their family? And let's just say they were following you to be in shape. Would you not go to the gym and would you skip it? Or would you show them, hey, listen, I do it every day and look at the food that I eat? Imagine if a camera crew was following you around right now, what kind of decisions you would make in every single portion of your life to show that camera crew the person that oftentimes what we pretend to be online. So I think about this and I think about, man, what kind of individual, what potential we could have in our lives, right? And then I look at, why don't we do this? Why don't we improve? If we know that we would be that person if a camera crew is following us around, I want to think about why don't we? And I want to say, since we know a camera crew is not, what can you do right now that will help you obtain those goals that otherwise you might if you had those cameras in your face? The first thing I want to tell you today is if you're getting up with your day, if you are, and you have no measurable and attainable goals with you, then you're going to fail. You have to have something in your life that is measurable and obtainable, something that you can shoot for, and that has a pass-fail. To sit there and to say that you're going to have a successful company, what does success look like? But we don't want to put success to anything. We don't want to put a number to it, or we don't want to say what it could be, because we know that that gives us an opportunity to fail, doesn't it? See, if you say that you're going to have $1 million in sales or $10 million in sales, all of a sudden you've got a measurable and attainable goal that you're going after. And that means that now you're going to have something that you can fail at. And so many of us with our fragile egos, we don't want to fail, do we? We'd rather just say, well, I did 8 million. That is successful, not 10. No, you failed. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to get up and put attainable goals to anything. We don't want to say, hey, listen, today I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the gym, which you would do if the camera crew was following you. Today I'm not going to study, or today I am going to study, but you don't because, again, and what does studying even look like? Is it 10 pages? Is it one? Can you say that just because, you opened the book or you got it that you did? Measurable and attainable goals. The next thing is what you're doing is you're putting your goals too far out. I see this a lot where people want to talk about what they're going to do next year, what they're going to do next month, or even what they're going to do this week. I would challenge you to look at today. Today is the only day. Tomorrow you're going to wake up and you start back at zero, but what are you going to do today that is measurable and attainable to get further than what you got yesterday? The 1% rule, trying to be 1% better than what you were yesterday at something. Let's just say you're struggling right now with the amount of time that you spend on your phone. All right. I struggle with this one a lot. And so what I begin to try to do is get 1% better in how I look at my phone. Maybe that means I don't look at it when I'm on my way to work. Maybe it means I don't look at it immediately when I'm getting home to play with the dogs. There are these little 1% differences that you can make in every aspect of your life to make immediate changes to make you closer to your goal. And that means you're closer to the person that you pretend to be online. If that camera crew is following you, imagine what you would do. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you a different reason here, and this is the third thing I want to end with, is if you are someone out there who believes that life is happening to you instead of for you, there is not a good chance that you're going to continue doing great things in your life. Because I'm going to tell you the setbacks that people have in their life happen to them every single day. There are people that have negative things happen that you never would believe. I have a friend of mine who's struggling with a heart problem right now, but yet he gets up every day, and what I see online is this individual that is so strong, no one would know what he's going through behind the scenes. What a powerful individual. Is life happening to him any different than it's happening to you? No, but his reaction to it, the way that he embodies the problems that he has is so powerful. He's an individual that life is not happening to him, it's happening for him. And so you have a choice that you can make, okay? And you can have that choice right now. If the camera crew was following you around, how would you handle that problem? Would you sit there and would you go put your head down and go, man, this is it, I'm done. Camera crew, you can go home. Or would you say, man, I'm going to have to, you tell the camera crew how you're going to work through it. It's just one small setback and it's not going to define who you are. I would challenge you to go out there right now and I want you to think about it. All right. I want you to think about what decisions would I make if I had cameras in my face, if I had a producer asking me, man, we need content today from you 24 hours a day. Would you get up early or would you stay in bed? Because I'm telling you right now, if you believe in your heart that you're going to do something great in this world, then man, what a great opportunity you have to document it right now and to show the world what you can be. And so many of us, I'll tell you, many of us are pretending to be something that we're not, right? I mean, heck, you could argue that almost everybody is doing that right now online. I mean, whether it be the greatest father we see that ends up getting a divorce, or that great family that a year later we're seeing the stuff they say on some Facebook wall about one another. It wasn't all happy, was it? But, in that time that we have right now, we have a moment to change that. If things are not going well in the family, things are not going well in the business, take a moment and think what you would do if exactly what you're doing right now was being documented. Would you be proud of it in 10 years? Or would you look back and you would say, man, that is a person that I'm extremely disappointed in? That choice is up to you right now. But I think that if you thought about it from that perspective, you're going to make a better choice today. I hope you do that here. Hope you make a great choice. Hope you kind of think about this. It's kind of a weird way to look at it, but coming from a media perspective, we see people all the time on commercials. I'll tell you, they'll jump on a commercial and man, their energy goes way up. They tell us all the great things about their company and then boom, they're done and it's back to being some normal personality. I just sometimes think about just how powerful it would be if they could be that person for more than just the 30 seconds when that camera is rolling. And I think that you can be that person as well. Thanks everybody for joining us right here. It's the Patrick Carr Show. Like, subscribe. I know it gets repetitive that we say it, but it truly does mean a lot to us because it lets us know that you like the content that we're developing for you. And hopefully you are getting something out of it. Until next time, make it a great day and we'll see you here on the Patrick Carr Show.